Hey, what's up? I'm gonna talk a little bit about some tips for beginner triathletes. Mainly focusing on gear. Um, so a little bit of background for me. When I started off in triathlon, I showed up to my first race. I didn't have a wetsuit. I didn't even have swim goggles. I had like just gotten a pretty cheap bike. It was a trail run. I had like really crappy road running shoes that I was slipping all over the trail on because it just didn't grip. But I did it, and after that, I was like, wow, I really like this. Let's start putting some money into better gear and uh, putting some time into training harder. So that's what I did. I actually started training a lot harder, taking it a lot more seriously. I bought a wetsuit, bought some goggles. That was all after my first triathlon. After I had ran like mini road running races, trail races, and signed up and completed my first triathlon. Now, a lot of beginner triathletes, it's comical and it's sad at the same time. Um, a lot of people start off in triathlon that they see it on TV or something and they're like, I want to do that. Or they want a challenge in their life and they say, I want to do that. So they go out, they buy a $800 Garmin watch. This is all before their like first mile, typically. Um, they'll go out to buy an $800 Garmin watch, a $2,000 bike, a really nice wetsuit. They'll get a gym membership at a high-end gym facility. They'll buy top of the line shoes. Then they'll start asking questions, and then they'll start training. I think that this is really backwards. Uh, well, actually, let me go back. They'll buy all this gear. They'll enter their first triathlon after they've trained a little bit, picked up a couched sprint triathlon training program or something with all their expensive gear. They go to the triathlon, they do it, and they find out that, hey, wow, this is a lot harder than I imagined. This requires a lot more dedication than I imagined, and it's actually not for me. I think I'm just gonna stick to cycling or just stick to running. And then they end up selling their nice watch that they just bought, and their nice bike that they just bought, and their nice shoes that they just bought, and they're selling everything because it ain't for them. So this is incredibly backwards in my eyes, and more often than not, I see people take that route of getting the best equipment, the most top of the line expensive stuff, and then quitting because the actual sport just isn't for them. So what I suggest new triathletes to do is get some equipment that will get you through. If all you could get is a mountain bike and your first triathlon is a road race, then use the mountain bike. You're not gonna even if you have the best bike, you're probably not gonna win your first triathlon anyways because you haven't been through one. You don't know how to transition the best. You don't know the butterflies, the adrenaline that's going to be pumping. You don't know a lot of things that's going to happen during the race. So there's no reason to invest thousands and thousands of dollars on all this fancy equipment that isn't going to even do you any good anyways. I suggest getting some stuff that'll get you through your first triathlon. And then after that, if you catch the bug, if you like it, if you're sick with triathlon, then invest in other stuff. Start moving forward. And actually, even before you invest in gear, the biggest thing you need to invest in is your training. Your time that you devote to improve yourself, your muscular endurance, your aerobic endurance, your form. That is more important than any amount of gear. Now, once you get to a point to where you're like running 6-minute miles, um, pushing a good amount of watts for a good amount of distance, when you're kind of getting up there in like your performance, I think that's a good appropriate time to start buying things that will help you increase your performance, such as a good bike, a better bike. Um, if you use a mountain bike for your first triathlon and your next triathlon is a road race, then maybe get a road bike. Um, I've done 3 triathlons, many road races. Used to race motocross and stuff. I just got my first road bike the other day because this year it's my 3rd year doing triathlon, and I figured this year there's a lot more races on the road than there are on the trail. So I figured with taxes this year, I should probably invest in a couple $100 in a road bike. And that's what we did. We bought some cheap road bikes to try our first road triathlon. We've done we've done a few off-road triathlons. We know we like those. We train on the road. We like riding bikes on the road. So we figured this year we'll enter a half Ironman and some road races and see how that goes. And then next year, if we fall in love with road triathlon, we'll upgrade our bikes. 'Cause us personally, we're at a point in our training and stuff where we do perform very, very well, and better gear does help increase our performance. So there we have it. Before making this video all too long, I just want to nail it down. Before you invest thousands and thousands of dollars, invest in yourself, improve yourself and your fitness ability. You can have the nicest bike out there. If you aren't in shape to compete at the highest level, then it doesn't matter what kind of bike you have. It's not going to get you to the front. You will get yourself to the front. Enter a triathlon, do it, and see if you like it. If you like it, start investing in yourself, start investing in gear, and start moving forward. So with that, keep it pimping, keep it classy, train hard, and share love.